What's up, everybody? This is Joe, otherwise known as Western Yogi on YouTube and Twitter too. So I'm starting a new thing today. Once a week I wind up sitting in this car for about an hour and a half as I take my mom shopping, and she gets what she needs, and I usually sit out here and read something, most likely spiritual or technical, because that's what I do for a living. But so I had this idea of, instead of just reading out here every week, because I've been doing that for quite a few years now, I'm going to do something called the Automobile Sutras. Ridiculous, right? But what I'm going to do first, anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali in a nice, slow and American fashion, so you can get a handle on it from our point of view, or at least the best handle that I have. I am not a guru, and I am not a Sanskrit scholar, so I will do my best with all of that. But if you are one of those things, you are free to write me comments down below, and I will addend anything that I say in here that might be horribly incorrect. But I have been studying this stuff for a really long time. I do have some understanding, so hopefully I can share something useful with you for your own path. That's the goal here. Just trying to bring you a little experience, and maybe it'll help you get somewhere. So, inside of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, the first book is known as the Samadhi Pada. Pada means foot or footprint, and samadhi is basically a state of meditative absorption. So you could look at it as the footprint of meditative absorption, right? Sounds exciting and good. So moving forward to the very first sutra. Now, the book I've been looking at, I've read this in a few different places, and the Yoga Sutras themselves, if you look at them clean without anything added to them, it's not very long. There's a lot to it, but it's not a whole lot of words. Whereas some of the commentaries, there's a whole lot of words, there's a bunch to it. This one that I'm working with right now is from one of my teachers, Paramahamsa Prajnanananda, and it's really super thorough. I will leave a link down below for you to grab a copy should you like to, if you want to read along or study on your own. There's so much, it's worth it. There's so much information in here that comes from really, really profoundly immersed in yoga people. And truly, look at the size of this thing. There's just a lot of information in here, and he's a wonderful writer. And not only that, but if you look in the Kriya Yoga lineage that Paramahamsa Prajnanananda is part of, if you look up about 4 or 5 people, there's the person they consider to be the heart of Kriya Yoga, who is Lahiri Mahasaya. Pardon my pronunciation, I can never nail that one. But you look him up, it'll be real easy to find. Many people call him Lahiri Baba. Wonderful, wonderful yogi. Anything you read from him is fabulous. But there are expositions from Lahiri Mahasaya in here that came from a very, very old book. Obviously, he wrote long ago. And then there is another exposition underneath that's even more thorough, that is written by Paramahamsa Prajnanananda. So you get 2 people's writing in here, which is really great, because it's just 2 different points of view that you get to go through to kind of understand it a little more thoroughly. And you also get English Devanagari, so you can check out the Sanskrit if you're into that. And then there's the Sanskrit words broken down one by one so that you can see the meaning of everything itself, which I often find very, very helpful, because a lot of times there's multiple ways to interpret so many of these things, like anything, and especially scripture. So it's nice to really try to understand what the words mean and trying to gather your own understanding of what's going on. So with that, let's do the first sutra. Sutra number 1 is Yata Yoganushasanam. Ata means now. There's a lot of meanings for Ata, and apparently it also is, people directly connect that word with connecting with God. So it's not just now. There's a little more to it than that. And I think it has like 7 different meanings in Sanskrit. So Ata means now. And you've got Yoga Nushasanam. Yoga means yoga. I'm sure you know what that means. But there's also some subtlety there too. When we say yoga, I'm not just talking about getting bent up and physical exercise, which is awesome too, and a wonderful part of the spiritual path, keeping your body in great shape. But and that also leads to meditative awareness itself. But that's only one part of it all. This is more the meditative part of yoga that the sutras are dealing with. So Anushasanam means teaching, discipline, or exposition. So basically what we're looking at here in the end is they're saying this is the exposition on yoga. This is welcome to yoga. We're about to get after it, and we're going to let you know what's going on, and hopefully we will kick you in the right direction on your spiritual path. That's what this is looking for, right? So Atha Yoganushasanam means this is the discipline of yoga, or now is the discipline of yoga. Cool stuff. Not too much wisdom there yet, but they're just warming you up, just like I'm warming you up for the Automobile Sutras. At any rate, that's all I got for you today. We're gonna wait till next time for the second sutra, where they do a little more exposition onto what they're actually talking about on yoga. That's the trailer for part 2. Alright guys, it was a lot of fun. Hope to see you back here. Automobile Sutras. Sakala ring,